Hi guys, I want to show you a really quick brow tutorial using our brow palette and our brow artist brush. And this really is key, I think, or having a brush similar to this because it has a really thin angled end and then it's got a flat end as well, but you can see how thin that is, so it gives you a little bit more precise line with it. So when you open up the palette, it comes in blonde, brunette, and dark hair versions of this palette. It's going to have a couple of brow colors, powders. It's going to have a brow wax. And then these two, this is kind of more of a pinkish tint, and this is kind of a champagne-y color, shimmer color. And these are going to be your two highlight colors that are going to go just under the arch of your brow. So what I do is I start with the angled end. I start with the darker of the two colors, and I'm going to draw the top and bottom lines on my brow. So I'm going to try to look into here so you can see what I'm doing. And so what I do is I just had dipped it into the darker color, and I start not at the very beginning, but I start about right here. And I'm just going to draw that top line and follow the natural shape of my brow. Draw it down. And then I'm going to do the same thing again in the darker of the two colors. And I'm going to highlight, or I'm going to draw the line on the bottom. And again, I'm kind of not doing this very front part because I add the lighter color to that. Okay, so I've got them drawn in, top and bottom. And then I use the darker color with the angle to kind of tail off my brow a little bit so that it goes to the corner of my eye. And so I just draw that line because you want that line to be here. You want your brow really to start right here, which for me, that would mean filling in quite a bit. So unfortunately, with my age, I don't have it start right where it should. And then the arch of your brow should be going to the corner of your eye up, should be the arch where the arch is. So once you have it all filled in, top and bottom with the darker color, then I'm going to use the angled in again and dip it into the lighter of the color, tap it off just a little bit, and then you're just going to kind of fill in. So I brush going upward right here. And again, that's that lighter color. And then I just fill in the brow with that lighter color. And just keep going until you have it all filled in. Any sparse spots you can add, color to, because I have some bald spots in there. It covers up the gray eyebrow hairs that I have. But so just brush the beginning going upward and then tail the other off. Okay, so you've got that all filled in now. You can see how that looks a lot fuller than when I first started. At this point then you can brush it. If you have a little spoolie, you can brush the color through with a little spoolie, and again just kind of brush up and then over just to soften it. If you don't have this, if you have an eyebrow brush, you can do the same thing just by brushing it lightly, just to kind of soften. You don't want to see any harsh lines, but just to soften that color. Then you're going to take the flat end of it and you're going to go into this brow wax. And what that's going to do is it's going to get the hairs going in the right direction. It's going to kind of seal that color in. So just take a little bit of that on this end. And again, you're going to brush up here and then brush over for the rest of it. And that's going to tame any stray eyebrows that you have. It's going to keep the color set for the day. And then you can take this end, and again, I would clean it off. This is the angled end, so clean off the brown that was on there. And then you can use one of these two, sorry, try not to blind you guys, one of these two highlight colors. I normally go with more of the champagne color, and I'll just put a little bit of it on the end of that brush, and then I highlight, see if I can do this without using a mirror. I highlight just kind of the arch of my brow. And that just kind of gives it a cleaned up line, and it'll give you just a little bit of highlight right there under your brow. And I don't go down very far. I really do stay kind of right up by the brow, but it just gives it a little bit of highlight to kind of accent the arch of your brow. So that is the brow palette and the brow artistry brush. Thanks guys, bye.